Another day, another cook. Well, today I'm going to be using Sammy, the big green egg, just because I feel like we haven't been showing her any love. The Weber kettle, I'm back out at the grill. Vicky and I, and Bessie.
Right. Guess who's back out of the smoker? And by the smoker, we're going to be using Bessie again today.
Have again all the attention, not to mention Bernadette.
All right. So some of you guys have never seen Bernadette or not seen Bernadette in a very long time.
Plus the Traeger. Yeah, so it's time we show Sammy some love. Today, I'm doing pork shoulder for a small dinner gathering on the big green egg.
Yo, this is Dash. Get ready.
First things first, I need to go and get the pork shoulder for today's cook. But with that being said, it's Wednesday. I always make sure before the live streams that I go ahead to the post office. So let's go to the post office. Nothing in the P.O. box today. On to the next place. Let's get to the Restaurant Depot. Restaurant Depot.
Later.
Alright guys, so you saw me get the big green egg started. I can hear the charcoal down at the bottom already starting to come up to temperature. You guys can hear it sizzling down there. And you see I'm using a water pan. The water pan inside a big green egg is a game changer. If you aren't using water inside of your big green egg, what are you doing with your cooks? Like, for real. So tonight I already told you, I'm going to be doing pork shoulder. I'm going to be doing this pork shoulder on the big green egg. I have nothing but lump charcoal down here, so I don't need to add any sort of wood for smoke flavor. The lump charcoal that I'm going to be using is going to be good enough. I have the bottom intake wide open, and I'm actually going to choke the top down to just barely open for right now. And I'll go ahead and get my intake cut off as well to about quarter inch open on the intake and a quarter open on the exhaust. So I'll let this sit out here for a few minutes. I'm getting ready to go inside, get my pork shoulder seasoned, and I'll be back out here in a while. All right, so it's been almost like 45 minutes, almost an hour, and my Sammy here is up to, she's sitting at about 200 degrees. Now, as opposed to me just waiting a lot longer, I'm going to actually get this in here. And I like to put my pork shoulders fat side up. I like to do the majority of my cooking pork side, or fat side up. I said pork side up. Okay. So I have my temperature probe right here, and I'm actually going to stick a probe down in the shoulder, right down there, just so I can monitor the temperatures. And I'll be back out here in a few hours. As long as the temperature doesn't rise too crazily, I'm not going to open this thing up at all. I'm going to monitor the temperatures. I am using the Inkbird thermometer. Thank you, CJ, for sending this out. I'm going to monitor the temperatures inside of the house. I can see that the meat is sitting at 41 degrees and the smoker currently is at 147 and climbing. I don't want the smoker at the grate to get any higher. I really would like to keep it at about 250 degrees. That's just my preferred temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead back in the house, monitor the temperature, and like I said, if I need to come back outside, I will, but I'm gonna let this go. I'll see you in a couple hours.
12 o'clock midnight.
All right, so I'm back out at the grill. Those of you guys who saw on the live stream, we actually have some decent color there. Hurry up and get this glove on and get this pork shoulder in the house. Get this here, get this pork shoulder in the pan. Whew, goodness. And I'm gonna get it in the house. So at this point, I'm gonna get this covered with aluminum foil and I'm gonna get it in the oven just because I don't want to have to keep running back out here. Can the grill stay on? Yes. Am I going to let it stay on? Not really. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get this in the house so that I can get it finished inside so I don't have to keep coming back outside and I can actually get some rest at this point. Alright, so those of you guys who always ask how do I finish off pork in the oven, what do I do? You saw I put it into this half catering pan, and you see I'm tightly wrapping it in foil. My oven behind me is on at 300 degrees, and I'm going to, because this is there's not a lot of room in here, and there's going to be a lot of moisture coming off of this. I'm going to get a baking sheet and put this on top of the baking sheet, so that in case there is a mess, that mess doesn't get down in the oven and I have to actually clean it out. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get this into the oven. And we have a few more hours to go.
Well, this is awkward. So, remember how I told you guys that drinking and cooking is not always a good idea? Well, yeah, I guess every now and again we need to be reminded of certain things. Because the other night when I started this cook, I was also doing a live stream. So those of you guys who know I was doing a live stream know that I was drinking. Well, after I finished the live stream, I got the pork off of Sammy the Big Green Egg. I brought it inside and I planned to finish it in the oven so I wouldn't have to run back and forth outside into the cold. Well, that didn't work out so well. So I set a thermometer up inside of the pork while it was in the oven, and guess who slept through that alarm? This guy. So now, what ended up happening was the pork that I cooked was burnt. It was a little burnt, and I don't have a problem admitting it, but I was able to salvage some of that pork. And that bit that I was able to salvage, now mind you, I need 5 pounds for this order this afternoon. And I had 3 and some change. It was 3 and some change. I won't say it was closer to 4 pounds. It was 3 and some change. That being said, guess who's gotta cook some more pork? So I got up this morning and I went out and started Tracy, because I figured we're gonna pull audible. We're gonna call Tracy up to bat. So I got Tracy started. And now I'm back inside the house and I am going to get the pork seasoned and then wait till Tracy comes up to temperature and I'll get the pork out on Tracy. Now, because I only needed a small portion of pork, I did not go back to the restaurant depot and get a big pack or a almost 20-pound pack of pork. I went to Sam's and I just picked up they had a single pork shoulder and it was 9 and some change pounds. But
Six and a half hours later.
All right, so I have my pork shoulder here, and this looks decent. It looks drier than I would like it to be, and I had my oven's ready. I had some water in there, and I was also spritzing it with water, but I'm going to wrap it up just like I would normally. Again, I think with the air moving around in the Traeger, the convection of the Traeger, it seems to dry out the surface a little bit more than I would like. Now it looks fine, it smells fine from what, you know, all intents and purposes. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get this in the oven to finish, just so I'm not running back and forth on the side of the house. You guys have asked me all the time about what I put in my, you know, in with the pork shoulders or briskets and things like that when I wrap them up. You saw it. I put in nothing. I'm just going to tightly wrap this in foil, and I'm going to get a thermometer, and we'll get a temperature probe, and we'll get it down in there. And we'll see what temperature this is at currently, and then we will let it finish. All right, guys. So I just took the pork shoulder out of the oven. It was in the oven for about 2.5 hours before it finished, and the pan that it's sitting on was just in case the aluminum pan busted or it spilled over. But you know what I haven't done in a long time? One of these bone pulls. I don't typically cook bone-in pork shoulder, so let me get a glove. That's really hot. But this is ready to be pulled. I'm getting ready to go run and get the kids from school, and here we go. Nice clean bone. Look, just no effort whatsoever. All right, nice clean bone. Temperature hit. Wow. Can you guys, hopefully maybe against my black shirt, you can see the steam coming off of this thing? Awesome. All right, I have to go run and pick up the kids from school. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys. So I just wanted to close out this video really quickly, show you what the pork looks like after it's all said and done. It has been warmed, it has been pulled and been mixed together, and this is it. I try to make sure that I start warming up the pork. I warmed it up for about a half an hour on 300 or at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, mixed everything around. Then I warmed it up for another half an hour. I actually moved it into this smaller container, warmed it up for another half an hour, and I'm getting ready to put some aluminum foil on the top of this and take this out to my son's classmate's mother. Okay, and what are you gonna say?
Make sure you subscribe.
Okay.
Give a thumbs up.
All right, so let's try this again. It's subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give a thumbs up if you like. Bye.
All right, so that was my daughter. She always wants to help whenever she catches me filming the video. So just like she said, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. If you like what you saw, if you learned something, please leave me a thumbs up down below. And leave a comment, if you have any other questions. And I'll see you next time.
More butter, baby.